Really hot today. It's kind of nice outside. There's not really that much of a breeze. What's everybody else doing on this day? Today, anything good? I'm not really up to anything really wonderful today. I just thought I'd come out here and hang out with you all for a little while. See what you're up to. We made oatmeal cookies yesterday for Georgie's celebration of life funeral thing, and we finished that project. Hopefully, if anybody has any tips, they can let me know for keeping cookies to be soft and moist, because like they get all dried out. But I was really excited because that just means we can go to Costco when it gets closer and maybe get some cookies from Costco, which I seen Pepper Tree Villa the other day. One of their shorts, I think Ben from Pepper Tree Villa was trying a cookie that was like raspberry cheesecake, but it was raspberry filled, which is really good, I think. And I did spend a little time earlier today talking with Rachel's Adventures on the phone, because she's in Vegas right now. So it was really nice to catch up with her and do things with her. I haven't heard very much from Mindy today. She hasn't been saying too much of anything. I thought I'd bring this stand out here to make it a little easier for me to do. And then plus the camera won't shake as much for you guys. Other than that, I've been watching a lot of just junk TV. Although I've not gotten into the Love Island thing yet. I don't know, anybody else into Love Island? I've not really gotten into that one. The one that I used to watch was Road Rules back in the day. Hello, whoever just joined us. Thank you for joining and watching. What are you guys doing today? Say hello in the comments. Today would be a really good day to go to Harris to go swimming. But we don't have any plans to do that right now. I think there's a later in the week plan for us. I don't know. But the yard looks pretty good. And pretty green actually for being Southern California. There's a few bare spots still, but I don't know. Unless we had one of those, because out here it's very popular to have like a landscape man guy that comes around, but we don't have that. We just, my dad and my brother does the lawn. I think mostly my dad does the lawn, but I don't know. It's a very different experience being a multi-generational household. But really, I don't see hardly any of the other people that live in my house, except for when my dad and mom are out here on the patio having a smoke or in the garage. But I did manage to do my new step yesterday for a long while. I did it for like an hour and a half. I was pretty jazzed about that, but we gotta fix the battery in my new step. So anybody that knows or that company or anything, if you could give me some tips and pointers, because the view screen on my new step is like dead. But hopefully I'm gonna try to make some calls and stuff, see if I can get it fixed. It's NU step is what the machine is called. I don't know. I got it several years ago when I still lived in Michigan, because it was one of the main pieces of exercise equipment that I used to use in physical therapy back in the day when I used to go to physical therapy. But I graduated from physical therapy a long time ago. And when you're physically disabled like me, they don't usually keep you in physical therapy because you don't provide enough evidence of progress to, like, because I'm never gonna not be the way that I am. Even if I do get a little better, in air quotes, I'm still gonna be affected by my disability. So, yeah. The insurance has a hard time justifying that, I guess. And plus, you just get kind of tired of going because you don't ever, well, you make little progress and you feel kind of better, but that's not really what therapy, as far as the hospital is concerned, is for. Like, they want you to make giant leaps of progress, which has never really been the case. Hello, I've gotten a couple people in here now. Hello, Mario and Drizfin. Hi, where are you guys from? There was a lot more flowers out here, but they've kind of all gone back to green. I think the weather got too hot for the flowers. And there's a few lemons on the tree, but, hello from India. You guys that are international, I know you probably just found me scrolling through the screen, but what kind of things would you like to see from the United States? Like, what are you interested in as far as videos wise? Is there stuff in California that I could show you to make the, because I noticed that I have, in my analytics, I have quite a few people from India and around the globe that view my channel, but I'm just curious as to what you guys like to watch or would be interested in seeing. Or do you just like to watch, like, native Indian speakers? I don't know. I saw that one of the people that I follow, that lives in Oceanside, which is about an hour from me, she did a tour of the Seabird Hotel, which I've been to a couple times. I've not gotten to stay there, but it's a beautiful hotel, and it's all, like, very California coastal themed. And apparently they have a new thing where you can pay, for a family of 4, $100 a person, and you get access to, like, their spa and the amenities and things. I thought that was kind of neat, but I don't think I would pay, or I could pay that much for co-working spaces. But it's right there, overlooking the ocean, which is really cool. I love going to the ocean. It's one of my favorite things to do when I have people to drive me around. I like the ocean just as much as my parents like the casino, I think. They're more about the casino. I'm more about, like, the ocean. And I just learned that they have a new coffee shop out in Oceanside that I haven't tried yet, but probably on the other side than the one that we usually go to. Do you guys in the comments have a channel? Anybody? You can put creator down in the bottom if you have a channel. Or what you like watching. When I was talking to Rachel earlier, she said that she liked watching, I don't know the specific name for this type of channel, but she said she liked watching the planes take off and land. That's what she's been really into. She's in Vegas right now, visiting some family, taking care of some things, but she said that's what she's really been into for a while now, since she's been there. Oh, thank you. I try to be as kind as I can. Thank you so much, guys. Hello, hi Rachel. I was just talking about you and your life in Idaho. She does movie reviews every week on Tuesdays at 6 o'clock. And most of her movies are, like, on the public streaming platforms. I don't know which ones she has, but that's what she does. I don't remember what the latest one she's coming up with. Do you guys like to draw or anything? I haven't really drawn anything in a long time. When I was in high school, I did a little bit, but not very much now, because I don't know why. I feel like that's a hobby that you like get really into or not really into, and then for a minute you'll see a pattern. For a minute I was really into those diamond art painting things, so I have several of those that I haven't finished. Maybe I should do that sometime with y'all on stream if you want to watch that. I'd have to figure out how to angle the camera, but right now I'm using my Kindle stand, so hopefully you can see me a little better. They're just talking in the background for, I don't know.
There's this AI kind of prediction thing, and they're saying...
They're just having a cigarette and some sort of conversation in the background. I don't know what they're talking about. Hello, what you doing, Velveto? Velvet just stood up. Oh, she's just getting a different spot in the grass.
Eric called. He said he had just gotten off work at 2:30 or whatever it was, but he's gonna have to hang around for an hour.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Everybody's just doing whatever in the background. It's not so hot today, though. It's kind of a little cool. Not like cool, like cold, but like there's not breeze.
I texted it to him last night. He said thank you, and he's again saying thank you.
Thank you for the hearts, guys. What are you all doing right now? Anything? What time is it in India if you're still here? Hello. If you're new to the channel, you can say how you found me in the comments if you want to. What was that song that you were telling me about, Rachel, before? That was pretty good.
He was saying about the drinks, snacks, and dogs. I mean, why would you put that in the same line?
It's like fun. Fun.
What are you doing?
Fun.
Oh, Mom, the other day she had this thing. It has, if you go up by Rencon Casino, it says fun and funner. And Mom didn't understand it. Fun is boring, and then it says, as you go down to the thing, it says, but that it says that the casino is in Funner, but the Rencon Casino is in Funner, California. So it was a reference to their campaign, but Mom didn't get it.
I didn't get it. Fun is boring.
But I was kind of listening to that song earlier. From, what was I gonna say? I was gonna say something else. Oh, Jamie's True Colors has joined us. Hello, Jamie. What kind of coloring challenge do you have this month?
Who do you send there?
Anything? I don't know.
California Construction Board or whatever.
I wish I was a better colorer, but I'm not such a good colorer. Even though I have markers and all kinds of stuff. Oh, he says to color anything Halloween. So if you guys are bored, I think all you do is you color a picture of something Halloween themed, and then you tag yourself or you tag him in your comments. I don't think I have any Halloween themed coloring books though. I guess you could just print out a picture. But he does the books in order of the pages, which I had never thought about doing that before until I started watching a bunch of people that color, and that's apparently a very popular thing. I'm trying to think of the other lady's name that I watch. I think her name is Patty. Is it Patty Colors? Or I know Jamie knows who it is, but I don't know if Jamie's still on the stream or not. Oh, yes, Life with Patty. I've been watching a lot of her videos at night lately, and I just finished watching Karen Puzzles. She does speed jigsaw puzzling, and I watched the nationals of jigsaw puzzling the other day. That she makes it so fascinating. But I never can. I don't know how they go so fast, because they were doing like a whole, I think it was a 500 piece puzzle in like less than an hour, and then they had to do 2 in less than 2 hours, which I think it's crazy. If you ever get a chance and find stuff like that interesting, and she always does different challenges with herself, like she'll do the really big puzzles or the puzzles with no picture or the 3D puzzles. I don't know how I got onto that stream of YouTube, but it was kind of interesting to watch, because they're all so it's like a sport. They're very dedicated. Oh my goodness, he sprained his ankle. That's no good. If you that's no good that you sprain your ankle. And then Jamie also does a lot of card swaps and things on his channel. I know he does specifically one for Christmas, as do I, so if you guys are ever interested in sending me a note or anything, that's linked in my, I think it's in the About section of my, I don't know if it's a tab now or just under the About section, but it's right there. It's just a personal mailbox. Well, at least you had fun. Now you have a good story to tell of how you sprained your ankle. I didn't do anything on 4th of July except for I was hanging out with the dog, because she kind of freaks out with the fireworks. We did okay though, because we were just hanging out in my room. It didn't get particularly loud. I was trying to figure out, because I was going to post for you guys. My friend posted fireworks from where I used to live in Michigan that were very impressive for being such a small town. But I couldn't figure out how to get her video off of Facebook. Maybe that's not a thing you can do anymore. It's getting a little warmer out here, but it's okay though, because every once in a while there's a breeze, which is why my hair keeps kind of going in my mouth. But and then I just made tuna salad for lunch, which I have a video of tuna salad. Well, it's not the kind that I really like, but my dad did a video for me a while ago of the tuna salad that I posted. I don't really like buns or sandwiches. I just mostly eat like the tuna or the chicken out of the bun, which is why I was happy when I went to Subway the end of last month and I met my friend, which didn't end up working out, but because he said that he wasn't interested in being my friend anymore. But I met Dane the gamer from YouTube. That was a pretty good experience. I thought it went well, but apparently he felt differently, but that's okay. But anyway, when I went there, I got a bowl from Subway instead of getting the bread, because I don't really like the bread like that. Mostly because my stomach is kind of sensitive. But it's always kind of interesting to meet people from YouTube. And it was really surprising that he didn't want to stay friends or whatever. But if you want to look him up and say hello, his name is Dane the Gamer. Have you guys ever met anybody else from online and had positive experiences from online? I was really surprised when we went to Subway, because they already had the promotional deal that I see now on TV, promoting the new Moana movie. I almost pronounced that wrong. Oh, thanks for the hearts and the faces. I really appreciate it, guys. But yeah, because I didn't think that was coming out until later this summer. And I'm sure it'll be a fun movie. And I'm sure there's lots of, I forget what that culture is called. And I don't want to say Polynesian because I know that's wrong. But, is it Maui culture? Or is Maui just the name of the character? I don't know. But I know it has lots of Samoan, that's what it is. Like Samoan and regions of that area. Lots of good representation throughout the movie of their different traditions and stuff. Okay, thank you. Thank you for staying for a little bit. It was great seeing you. Everybody go over to Jamie's channel when you get a chance. He does a lot of coloring and lots of things over there. And he's just generally a very positive person. I don't like to hang out or watch like negative or contrary content. I watch a lot of flight attendant content and a lot of like coloring and just general people that I've met throughout the years on different streams and stuff. Because when I first started, the Disney YouTube community was like a big thing, and it had a lot of people that were older, because I myself am 42, so it had a lot of people of my age in that space, which is what I was looking for, because at the time a lot of the book content creators, which I'm a part of now, I'm not very good at it, I don't think, because I don't put up as many videos as other people, but a lot of the content creators were like 16 and 20, which I clearly wasn't. So I was looking for people around my own age range, and over there in the Disney space there was a few, so I got to know a few of them in that space. And I met most of my friends that I keep up with now through Dole Whip Dad's live, because he used to do it, was it daily or weekly? I think there was like a weekly chat of just, and he'd get on and talk about different Disney topics, which is how I ended up meeting Rachel's Adventures, and then the Food Cat, which I talk about a lot of times on here. I've actually met the Food Cat once in person, and that was a very lovely experience. I really enjoyed that. We met at a Denny's. It was very fun. And then we went to Walmart and walked around for a while with my friend Mindy, who also has a channel. It's called Get Fit With Me. But I think she's busier now that she's, because she just got married in February of this year on Valentine's Day. So she's been busy adjusting to her new married life. But we all really get along good with her husband, which is good. But I think they're just enjoying the beach in the summer and doing things. I'm hoping to go on a few train trips with them and a few other friends throughout this year, if I can get my subscriber count up to the minimum, and then as well as my watch hours. I do post a lot of like room tours when I go to the various different casinos and pool things and things around Southern California. So if you think of something you'd like to see, you can just let me know, and I'll try to go see it for you. Or if there's different aspects of maybe disability or seeing things that I do or are with my disability. So far I have like the ramp that's behind me to get into my house. I have a video of that. I have a video of me using my standing frame. I have a video I think I did a video of my bed. I think. The only things I don't do are like videos of like what I would think of is too sensitive, like, because I don't ever see anybody else putting out like videos of like how they shower and stuff. I tend not to do that. But I did do a one get ready with me in the morning routine, if you'd like to look at that, where I talk about some more personal things, but I'm not really into showing you all aspects of that kind of stuff. I am looking more for a job. I'm hoping to get a job through the airports, which then would open up more opportunity for travel as well. Because I find traveling to be very fascinating, and it's a good way to grow as a person. When I was younger, like in college and stuff, I was always trying to look for opportunities to go places and do things, and it was very frustrating to me that like most of the opportunities where the students got to travel, there was not a lot of time taken to look at the accessibility options. Oh, that was a bee. Did you guys see it in the viewfinder there? There was a bee. I feel like maybe now if I were to do it again, which I'm probably not going to do it again because I'm an older student now, but I would be much more into doing internships. But at that time I was very much more into completing my work as a student. Now I think I would have done more in the internship realm because I think when you're done with school, it helps to find a job if you have more internship experience, it seems. But anyway, I've always been interested in working in the airport because I just think it's a very accessible place to work. I do have a bachelor's degree. I have with a minor emphasis in history and business and and I forgot what the third one is. Oh geez, it's been a long time. Oh, and communications. That's what I got my degree in. But and all of those things are very helpful, but it's I find it's a degree that I have to explain a lot on with my emphasis is if I do get an interview. But I think I would be great at like a customer service job, particularly like I was thinking that I could get a job doing customer service, not calling people but having them call me. That would be something that I could work on because I've worked at my parents' business. They used to own a children's play place in Michigan. I did that for a while, worked for them, and then I worked for years at Walmart. And then I've done several like cafeteria jobs and things. But as of yet, I haven't been able to find a lot of jobs. Oh, I don't know. I would probably just be grateful that, and I know you're joking, but I'm just thinking. I think I would always say thank you because it's polite to say thank you. And then I would try to, but I know you're joking and attempting to be funny. Hello, Ian, how you doing? How's everybody doing? Hello. I'm glad to see there's more people in the chat. It always makes it more interesting to have a conversation. Hello. How are you doing today? Where you from? Are you guys watching the have you been watching any of the soccer games or anything? I went to a Dave and Buster's the other weekend and was able to watch one of the matches. I'm not that big of a soccer fan, but I do like getting involved in sports, camaraderie, things like that. I wonder what it's the temperature in Vegas right now. Has it gone down any, or is it still really hot there, Rachel? Oh, there's a nice breeze every once in a while that you get through out here, so I don't know. We were gonna try to grow in my parents' garden over here. We were gonna try to grow some vegetables, but it gets so hot on that side of the house, and our ground is really hard. Like there's no like soil, it's just hard as a rock. I bet you if I had more room though, and more ambition, I'd probably do like, I think her name is Kat, the flight attendant, I think. I'll have to look up what her channel is. That's the problem with watching all of your YouTube on TV, is because you never like really know people's names. Oh, her name is Kat Nesbitt. Her channel is Kat Nesbitt, and she's from Texas, and she grew a whole garden. Like, she put in a whole garden by herself, and she has like 7 dogs, and she's a flight attendant, and her husband is a tattoo artist. That's a pretty interesting channel if you guys want to watch it. I don't know what you guys watch or anything. I keep waiting for there to be new seasons of TV to watch, so if you have any like TV show suggestions of like Netflix or anything, you can drop it in the chat. I started watching I don't know if it's a new show, but the newest version of Star Trek the other day, and it was pretty good. I just remember watching Star Trek as a kid, because as a kid we didn't have cable at my house, so you had to watch like the mainstream channels, and I believe one of the mainstream channels like used to run a lot of Star Trek marathons, so when I was a kid we always used to watch it, so it was fun. Hello, where are you from? Do you guys have a favorite Star Trek character? Are you more into Star Wars? Hello from Iran. Is it very hot there right now or not? What's your favorite way to cool off besides air conditioning? If you're somewhere that doesn't have air conditioning, like what do you do to get cooler? That's a question that I'm always wondering, because there's lots of places in the world that don't have air conditioning. I'm sorry, I can't read Arabic. I wish I could though. One of my friends from high school knew Arabic and she was really nice. Her name was Nikki. But if you'd like to talk to me in English, I'm more than happy to respond to questions, if they are appropriate questions, of course, and respectful. That's all I ask of you guys, is to be respectful and appropriate. But if you're going to be rude and obnoxious, well, then you can just move along with your day, because I don't have time for obnoxious people. I'm not going to be rude or obnoxious to you, so I don't know why you'd get on here and do something like that to somebody else. I was talking earlier when I was talking to Rachel of Rachel's adventures, because she's in Vegas, and she was saying that she was going to go to Bojangles. So if any of y'all have any questions or comments, what your favorite order from Bojangles would be, just let me know. I don't know where our crowd has gone, but they've all gone away somewhere. Maybe everybody's busy. Yesterday I got lots of pilots in the chat. That was pretty fun. They were just hanging out at the airport, waiting to take off again. I believe one of the gentlemen was going to South Africa, which is a destination that I would always be interested in, I think. But I'm always interested in going just about anywhere. And I'm sure there's ways that you can do things accessibility-wise, but I think you just have to have more of the finances behind you to do a lot of things. But I have managed to have several really fun experiences, because I've been fortunate enough to go on a couple cruises, because my Uncle George used to go on, his favorite thing was to go on a Mexican cruise. So I got to experience that part of the world, and then we went on a, where was that? I'm trying to think. We went to the islands, or the Panama Canal. We went to the islands like Aruba and all that, which was very cool. But I have to say, when I got there, I was kind of not disappointed, but like, I think I just built it up too much in my head. But it was very pretty, and the people were very nice and stuff. Cause and then we went to the Panama Canal. That was beautiful. I would do that again. And my favorite part of most of those trips was hiring a taxi, and then having the taxi driver, like from the area, drive us around. It was really good. Really, really good, and really, really fabulous. And then we got to see all of the, what are they called? The canaries. Drive around, or not drive around, but take off, and the birds. It was beautiful. It was like nothing else I've ever seen. I was sad after the fact that we didn't catch that on video, but I've always wanted to go to Animal Kingdom in Walt Disney World to see the where they do the bird show right there at the Tree of Life, because I think the birds are so fascinating, and they're so smart. They say that they're like the age of the intelligence of a 5-year-old, which I think is very interesting. I think that if I didn't need as much help as I do now, I would definitely have birds, but I think my capability to take care of myself would make it very selfish for me to have a bird. Plus, I love to go and travel and see things, and I don't think that's a thing that a bird, like, to have a bird like that can handle, because they have so much emotional, they're very highly emotional creatures, and they will die sometimes when their owners go on vacation. Like if they think that they're being left or something, or they'll pluck all their feathers out, which is very sad. But I'm always very fascinated by parrots and things. But I hope everybody's having a great day out there, and I don't know. Oh, and then I did see some, if you like to watch drama content, if that's your thing, Peter Mon has a lot of very interesting drama content. I put him on sometimes when I'm just like cleaning my room or whatever. But it's never really terrible to make fun of people or anything. He just brings you all like the gossip channel. He reminds me a lot of like a Wendy Williams, if you know, like that kind of a show from back in the day. He used where I first got introduced to him was he was the very first book channel that was around my age, because when he started he was 40 years old, and he was the very first one in the book space that was my age that I saw. So I've always watched him for years and years. He just got back from Mexico also. I can't remember where exactly the resort is, or around what area, but he goes to a resort every year with his partner. And I like him because he just talks about his life. Same thing. I like to watch Steven Pereira too. He was a flight attendant with Spirit, but since Spirit has disbanded, he's gone back to selling eyeglasses, but I don't really know what company he sells them for. He said it once, but not really in recent history. But I like it because he interacts with you in the comments, and like I've sent him letters and stuff, and he always sends me or like responds in videos when people send him stuff, and that's very kind. That's a very kind way to do it, I think, is to send like a thank you or something. I appreciate those kind of things. Speaking of people that I think you guys should go check out, I think he's on TikTok right now. His name is Nick Mertz, and he used to be a big part of the Disney community, but Nick Mertz has fallen on some hard times, and he just wants people to like and share his TikTok. And I believe that he's also on Facebook, so if you look him up, you can maybe pass him along a share or a view or something, or if you know of anybody that could help in some other kind of way, I'm sure he'd very much appreciate it. The last thing I heard from him, he was trying to get dog food for his dogs. He's a person in our community that's now experiencing some homelessness, but I'm sure he'll be okay with things. I hope he knows that I'm thinking about him. I'll tag his stuff in the bottom of this video. I hope he's okay though, because it's been really warm. And I always worry about people in warm climates becoming dehydrated, same as I would worry about people from the Midwest in the colder months becoming too cold and freezing. I always just try to do the best that I can for people, even if it's not, well, rarely ever is it monetarily, because I don't, although I think that immediately helps, I just try to do a lot of things to like maybe share their post and things like that, because I also think that helps. I'm not sure whether he's in the creator fund for TikTok, but he does some pretty funny posts. So maybe you could go over there and just look at his stuff and pass it along if you want to. And then I watch a lot of, has anybody heard of the Lodge Guys? They do a lot of camper van content, and they had a really funny video this past week where they went camper vanning with their 2 other friends, and they're trying to convince them to do the hobby in the RV vans and everything. Their poor friends that had just rented their RVs had gone wrong, and it was just kind of hilarious because they were like the pros of everything. And then also I watched the Holgate family, which they were on a trip to California, and they remind me a lot of like stuff that Aunt Judy would do if you were like a tourist coming out here, like all the stuff that she did with us when we first were thinking about moving out here. Because like years ago when we first started coming out, we only came out for like 3 weeks at a time, just to see if we liked the environment and all that. And then my family decided that they would move up this way, which I think in the end has been a good decision. I wonder how many hours I will stay on the new step tonight when I do it. I did it yesterday for an hour and a half. And I spent a lot of time watching, I don't remember what her name is, Alexis something on YouTube, but she just joined the service, which I'm very proud of all my service members and very grateful and thankful that they have chosen to do that with their lives. But she does a lot of triathlon training, and I know that that's something, I know that there's a group that helps disabled people try to participate in that. I think it's called Dare to Try. And years ago I was thinking about trying to participate in one of those, but that's never worked out so far. But I know that I was talking to Rachel earlier this year, and she was gonna do a virtual marathon thing with me, as I could use my stepper. And I think another person that has also completed several things on her new step is Emily on Wheels. She does a lot of content from her wheelchair also, and shows you around upstate New York and Connecticut, around the area that she lives, and just general vlogs with her family. But she's very big into like exercise and motivation. And I don't know if Incredible Anyway, who I used to watch all of the time, I think she's taken a break from videos, but she does Instagram content. And I know she just got to go to a BTS show, which was very amazing. And she's currently raising another service dog, which I think is really cool to see glimpses of her stuff on Facebook, or on Instagram rather. I always get really excited for people when I get to see them pursue their passions and live out their dreams. I don't know where these flies are coming from, but oh my goodness, it's insane, all the flies out here. There must be like manure or something. I bet you it's from one of the cause my neighbors down the road have a lot of horses and maybe they have manure. Your water is back here and it's full, Velvet. You have water, I don't know if you want the water. She keeps looking at the hose, trying to grab the hose. Looks like anyway. I'm sorry this is kind of a shorter stream today, but I hope you guys had fun, and remember, you are enough, and I'll see you in the next video.